Welcome again to chapter 4. This time lesson 2 is about if statement. In C++, if statements it's used to make a decision. So based on the decision, the if block will be executed or not. If the condition is true, it will execute that block. If not, it will ignore. For example, let's assume that we have integer x equal 5, and this is how we write if statement. We have the word if, then we have two parentheses, and between the parentheses we put the condition. For example, if x less than 4. You remember when we write a condition is composed of three parts. This is the left, this is the right, and between them we have one of the relational expressions that we just talked about, which are six operators: less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, equal and not equal. So now here let's assume that we have if x less than 4, cout welcome. Now because the condition is false, the computer will ignore this statement. For example, let's see the output. You see we did not get any output. But if the condition is true, if the x value was 1, which makes 1 less than 4 true, then when we run the code, we will find the word welcome appears. Now what if we have this one? Cout also hello, and let's say x was 10. Okay, what will be the output in this case? We got hello. Why we got hello even though the condition is false? Well, because when the condition is false, this condition is false, that means does not execute if block. Now what is if block here? If block here is composed of only one statement, which is this one. So this statement will be executed if the condition is true, or it will be ignored if the condition is false. This statement cout hello is outside or out the scope of the if block. So this statement has nothing to do with if. This statement will always be executed regardless of the condition, if it's true or not. Now how to specify which part or which statements belong to if block, which not? Well, if there is no brackets, then that means only one statement by default belongs to if block. If you want more than one statement, then you have to specify that using brackets. For example, now in this case, the block of if is composed of two statements. So either those two statements will be executed if the condition is true, or both of them will be skipped if the condition is false. For example, here, because the condition is false, now both of them will be skipped. Okay, here are some notes about if statement and how to be used, and you should be careful about those notes. Okay, usually we said between the parentheses of a statement we use the condition. A condition is composed of three parts: left, right, and one of the relational operators between them. But sometimes some students write something like this: if x equal 1. Now what that means? Well, the condition will be true or false. Okay, if you mean equal to check if x equal 1, that for sure it's false because x equal 10. But here you say if x equal 1, so the condition is supposed to be false. But if you run the program, you'll find it prints the message, which means the condition was considered true. That's because this equal is not the relational operator to check if the left side equal the right side. This is the assignment operator, which means make x equal 1. And here, if this is like assignment operator, usually if it's not a relational expression, so usually if this evaluated to 0, it will make it false. If it's evaluated to 1, to anything else rather than 0, it means true. For example, here if x equals 0, in this case it will be considered false because it will assign x to 0, and the relational is evaluated to 0, so it will make it false and nothing will printed. but anything else rather than 0 will be considered true. So you have to take care between this assignment operator and this relational operator, which to check if the left side equal the right side or not. Now, what if we just use only fx without anything else? Again, we will use the same rule. If the value of x is 0, then this condition will be considered false. Anything else rather than 0, this condition will be considered true. So here it's true because x is 10. Let's see. You see? But if x here was assigned, or the value of x before was 0, then the condition is considered false and no output.